Hey, groupie guys and gals. Haven't been on YouTube in a long time, or at least I've been watching it, just not on my account. Haven't posted anything in a while. I'm gonna start trying again. I got in my comment section of my 2006 Toyota Sequoia with 308,000 miles why I bought it video, and found there were some questions and comments. I did the best I could to answer the questions. Figure it's going to be easier just to make a follow-up video, and one person asked for it, so here we go. Do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. Mash that like button until it turns blue. I'm talking about pound it purple, if you know what I mean. And we're going to hopefully grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 views so I can get monetized. Right now I am without job, which is, why I'm out here today looking for a job as a medical courier, but that's neither here nor there. Back to the Toyota. So I did a season I did a stint, about 3 months, as a personal vehicle delivery driver for UPS here in rural Iowa. Gravel roads are rough as a cob. You know what a washboard is if you're old enough. If not, when the gravel road maintainer goes down, the blade pops up and down. It makes a sharp surface to it that just rattles your teeth out, make your vehicle kick out sideways. It's so bad. And I put on an average of 100 to 200 miles a day doing that on super rough conditions, bad roads. And it took its toll on the old girl. I don't know what kind of crappy parts Toyota is using in 2006, but the radiator, probably due to the bad vibration, gave out at only 329,000 miles. What kind of crap quality parts is that? I'm kidding. It's pretty good. Along with the radiator, I've had to, an alternator at about 327. Again, what kind of crap parts, right? So, all said and done, still works great, drives great, doesn't use oil, doesn't make any weird noises, it doesn't knock on startup like some of them do. My understanding is that's due to a rod knock issue when they're cold. I don't have that. Got a little tiny bit of a whine, probably from a power steering pump. Not bad, barely noticeable, but it's there. Coming up on a timing belt replace, which is going to not be fun. That could be $700 to $1,000 is my understanding. You're going to want to replace your water pump when you do that, your pulleys, your tensioners. Looked up a part on Amazon made by a company called ASIN. And for those of you who don't know, ASIN is a OEM part supplier for Toyota. They make the transmissions that last forever in these things, as long as you keep your fluid changed. Change your automatic transmission fluid, folks. Do not believe lifetime fluid. Ask Toyota dealer. He said lifetime fluid is good for the lifetime of the vehicle. I said, well, how long is that? And he said, well, as long as it lasts. I told him, well, according to your philosophy, that next time I change my oil, I don't have to do it again, because apparently it's lifetime oil. It's good for the life of the vehicle. And if you want to know how that is, that's when the engine dies from shitty, dirty oil in it, I guess. That's the life of the vehicle, right? Life of the engine. So that's stupid. So change your transmission fluid. I'd say every, 60,000 is probably a good idea. I definitely wouldn't go more than 100. And use Toyota World Standard WS fluid. Do it. It's pretty specific stuff. It's real specific weight. It's got specific expansion characteristics under heat, and believe me, this stuff expands and contracts a lot more than you'd think based on cold to hot temperatures. I've seen my transmission fluid get as high as 155 degrees, and that's a lot of expansion from cold startup, especially in the wintertime. It doesn't get that high, but you get the idea. So total parts list of what I've replaced, what I had to replace. I put some LED headlights in because the stock headlights are weak, and I got a cheaper set, which was, they're all right. Probably about as bright as stock. The big difference is you get a whiter light, not the yellowy from the halogens. What I've had to replace, I had to replace a wheel speed sensor. Golly, it's going to be tough to remember all this. It goes back a while. Let me see. Alternator, radiator. I'm sure I'm missing something here. Not a battery since I bought it. It's an older battery, so that's cool. What else was there? Oh, yeah, an O2 sensor. Had to replace one of them. The one in the manifold, the first one downstream from your engine. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Watch my previous video on the 2006 Sequoia. Maybe I missed something. It's been a while. So we're at 330,000 miles now. Still working great. I'm starting to get the most infinitesimal tiny amount of feel in my brake pedal if I stop hard and fast, where the rotors are starting to warp just the teeniest bit. You don't notice it most of the time, but if you do a really hard, really quick stop, you can feel it just a touch if you've got a sensitive seat of your pants well tuned to your vehicle. Other than that, it's fine. Four-wheel drive's fine. Everything's working fine. Air conditioning still blows cold. Front and rear heat, front and rear air conditioning. Got all the seats out of it now for hauling all those packages for UPS. A lot of times that weight got up really high. The air suspension, the auto level in the back, it keeps working. It leaks down after a while. Every once in a while you'll notice the heavy load, it'll pump itself up, so that's cool. Airbags still work. All in all, I'd say if you can find one of these, and the trick is, especially if you're in my price point when buying a vehicle, cheap, right? Say, $3,500 and under, you're going to have miles on the damn thing. You're going to want to inspect the interior. Check out a guy called My Car Angel on how to inspect a used vehicle for what kind of miles it has, whether it's city miles or highway miles. City miles are, as most of you know, way harder on a vehicle than highway miles. And he'll show you exactly what to check and how to check it. And I thought I knew how to do that, but I learned a lot from it, so give his video a check. But what you want to do is you want to make sure it's a one-owner vehicle if possible. If you can buy from the original owner, hopefully you can get a Carfax on it and find it's had dealer service or at least regular service intervals and some kind of proof of that. You want proof of the mileage on the thing too. And just drive it, listen to it, use your imagination, Unless you're brand new buying a car, you've probably been through most of this before. Other thing, frame rust, especially if you live in the Rust Belt like I do. Some models had a problem with frame rust, and I don't know if mine did or didn't before I bought it. I bought it with 308,000, so, who knows. But it is remarkably rust-free underneath. I mean, little surface rust in places here and there, but no rot, no rust through. It's crazy good looking. So I suspect it may have had a frame replacement in the past. If you can get that, that's a plus. If not, be sure to check your frame, your exhaust. Not super cheap on these. If you buy a kit, again off Amazon, you can save a lot of money. We don't have a local exhaust shop, so if I ever have to do any work like that, I am more than likely going to buy the kit and probably take my local mechanic and see if he can get it up on a lift and install it. If not, there should be enough room underneath to work on it. You're going to need an air impact. You're going to want to soak the hell out of all the nuts and bolts with a really good rust penetrant. I like PB Blaster. Stinks, but it works. You may find your favorite is different. All in all, that's about it. Still looks good. Still doesn't have any rust. Looks the same as when I got it. Maybe better because I've buffed it out a couple of times with a dual action polisher. Runs and drives. Don't use oil. Still drinks all the gas. If you own an oil field, don't worry about it. If not, keep in mind that your best gas mileage on the highway is probably going to be around, I don't know, some people say 19. I find between 17 and 19 if it's not windy, and if it's not cold, it gets worse mileage in the cold. Oxygen's denser and it's got to add more fuel, right? So that makes sense. They're not cheap. I got mine for, I think it was $2,500. Had to put a set of tires on. That's the better part of $1,000. and I've had to put a few repairs in it, and I knew that was going to be the case going into a vehicle this high. But honestly, those are regular wear and tear items, and I don't care. It's still on the original suspension, and it still rides all right. I mean, you can tell they're getting a little on the not fresh side, but okay, here, I'm fixing to hit some rough railroad tracks right about now. That's it, you know. Ball joints were replaced when I got it, and they're still good. Alignment's holding true. Everything seems to work. So there's your update video. On my first video, why I bought a Toyota Sequoia 2006 with 308,000 miles. People thought I was nuts. My wife thought I was nuts, and honestly, I wasn't sure if I was nuts or not. But it's a great vehicle. I'm glad I bought it. I've had it for, I don't know, maybe 3 years now. At least 2, maybe 3. You know, if you factor that out to per year price, you know, divide by 2 or 3, and then figure out what your monthly car payment would be on something even halfway worth of shit, and, you know, factor in repairs, and I'd say I'm probably about even now, and everything after this is gravy. So thanks for watching. Please, please, please take it from the creeper and like, share, subscribe, mash it till it turns purple. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody who's got an interest in this stuff. Help me grow my channel. I need 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 views to get monetized. I am unemployed and need to be monetized or hired. So if you get a job, let me know in the Fort Dodge, Iowa area. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.